Hello and welcome to NewsClick. As we know, Edward Snowden has been in the news for the past year or so. Let's remind ourselves of his story. As an idealistic young systems engineer at the NSA, America's premier spy agency, he thought he was helping keeping the world's people safe. But what he saw shocked him so much that he enlisted two leading journalists, Glenn Greenwald and Laura Poitras, to tell the truth. Last June, we were treated to daily reports of a James Bond-style manhunt that spanned the globe. From Hong Kong to Russia to South America, it even involved the president of Bolivia being held hostage in Spain. So what prompted the US to launch this all-out war?
Snowden revealed that the NSA was collecting data, a lot of data. In fact, all the digital data that you and I are generating, phone records, emails, text messages, documents, pictures, financial transactions, our contacts, everything. In a typical month, just one of their programs, called Boundless Informant, managed to collect 97 billion, that's billion with a B, pieces of information. Afghanistan led the way, with India not too far behind. In fact, it appears that the NSA can listen to your conversations even when your phone is switched off. Your phone is now a surveillance device that you can also play Angry Birds on.
This comprehensive surveillance allows the NSA to create elaborate digital profiles of every human being, including you and me, and place us on networks of people suspected of working against their interests. If you emailed a friend who went to Jantar Mantar for a demonstration against BT Cotton or BT Brinjal, you have a black mark against you. If you bought a copy of Arundhati Roy's essays, or perhaps read 1984 online, the case strengthens. Before you know it, you have a 78.3% chance of being hit by a drone. But you could say governments have always spied on people. You'd be right, but it's the scale and depth that are alarming. It used to be that a few identified suspects would be monitored based on evidence, but now everyone is a suspect, and it's up to you to prove that you aren't one.
On the face of it, all this is being done for world peace. But in all the years that these programs have existed, there is no record of even a single terror plot being foiled by the NSA. So we must look elsewhere for an explanation. We posit two less altruistic reasons. The first is control, an urge many governments have. The need and ability to shape a global discourse or narrative is central to Uncle Sam's conception of the world. Thus, our Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's phones were tapped during a G20 summit. Intelligence of this sort is used in real-time negotiations. This enables the so-called Five Eyes, the US, Britain, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Israel to dictate geopolitical outcomes. The second reason is a bit more prosaic. As it was said during the Watergate era, just follow the money. Snowden's revelations have shown that the US has systematically targeted key financial interests. Brazil's state-owned Petrobras was snooped on during oil field auctions. Similarly, the security and privacy of the entire global banking system, including credit card networks, have been compromised.
Comprehensive surveillance has profound implications for all of us. For starters, are you comfortable with your intimate conversations being stored in perpetuity by the government? What if every Tom, Dick and Harry could get access to your banking history and the results of your medical tests? Do you really want an employer to be able to dig up something stupid that you might have done while in school or college? Can humanity remain sane when Big Brother is watching every breath we take and every move we take? Let's not forget that in today's online world, our tastes are increasingly shaped by automated choices based on data collected about us. This acts to limit the world we are exposed to. Essentially, you only see what a Google or Facebook wants you to see. In other words, you are your digital footprint.
As bad as that is, the biggest dangers of surveillance are of a societal nature. Society progresses through development of ideas at the fringes of the mainstream. Surveillance enables dissenters and activists to be selectively targeted and persecuted for not complying with the norm. For instance, what would happen to the Narmada Bachao Andolan if the government could easily throw the book at, say, Medha Patkar, based on something she may have said 20 years ago? Surveillance really is digital McCarthyism by another name. We all know that the US asserts military superiority over land, water, and space. What Edward Snowden exposed is how the American imperialistic agenda is being fulfilled through the co-option of supposedly democratizing technologies such as the internet. It's up to us to reclaim the final frontier. In the next video in the series, we'll look at the methods by which surveillance is being carried out.